This is an emergency broadcast from the Department of Public Safety. This is not a test. This is Dispatch Operator Thomas Reeves with an urgent city-wide alert. It is currently 6:43 p.m. I have been authorized to issue the following emergency directive. Do not under any circumstances open your doors to anyone, even if they sound like family members or loved ones. I repeat, do not open your doors to anyone, even if they sound familiar. They are not your family. I understand this message may cause alarm, but please remain calm and follow these instructions carefully. Stay inside your homes. Lock all doors and windows. Draw your curtains or blinds. Do not look outside if you hear knocking or voices. Reports began coming in approximately 2 hours ago of individuals hearing knocks at their doors, followed by voices claiming to be relatives, friends, or loved ones requesting entry. We initially believed this to be a coordinated criminal effort, but the situation has evolved beyond our initial assessment. We now have reason to believe there is a potential citywide threat of unknown origin. Local law enforcement and emergency services are responding, but our capacity is strained. The governor has been notified and federal assistance has been requested. National Guard deployment is pending. For your safety, I will now read several verified reports that have been confirmed by multiple sources. Report 1. A woman on Maple Street reported hearing her husband knocking at 7 p.m., despite him being on a business trip in Seattle. When she called his cell phone, he confirmed he was still 2,000 miles away. The knocking continued for 17 minutes. Report 2. An elderly man in the Westview retirement community heard his deceased wife of 47 years calling to him by their private pet name that only she knew. The voice reportedly continued for 26 minutes, growing increasingly distressed. Report 3. A 10-year-old child called emergency services after hearing both parents knocking at the front door, despite both parents being home with the child. The parents confirmed they heard duplicate versions of their own voices outside. These are just 3 of 78 confirmed incidents within the last 90 minutes. The number continues to grow. I've been instructed to clarify that this is not believed to be a case of mass hysteria or hallucination. Multiple individuals within the same household have reported hearing identical phenomena. We have limited information about what we're dealing with. Our working theories include an advanced form of audio mimicry technology, a sophisticated psychological operation, or potential biological agents causing auditory hallucinations. Federal agencies are investigating all possibilities. Until we understand the nature of this threat, consider all unexpected visitors potentially dangerous, no matter how convincing they may sound. I'm receiving new reports now. One moment. The situation appears to be escalating. We now have confirmation of 23 cases where individuals opened their doors after hearing familiar voices. In all 23 cases, the residents have not been heard from since. Neighbors report seeing these individuals walking away from their homes in the company of beings described as almost human, but wrong somehow. I cannot stress enough the importance of keeping your doors closed and locked. We're getting reports of the voices becoming more persistent, more convincing. In some cases, they are calling residents by name and referencing private information. This suggests either surveillance or something else we don't yet understand. Whatever technology or method is being employed, it appears to be advancing rapidly. To repeat, do not open your doors. Do not respond to knocking. Do not acknowledge voices claiming to be loved ones if those people should not reasonably be at your door. I'm now being told that cell phone service is becoming intermittent throughout the city. Landlines remain operational. If you need to verify the whereabouts of family members, please use landlines when possible. We are establishing an emergency hotline for information verification, but the system is currently overwhelmed. Please only call if absolutely necessary. I've just received a transcript of a call that came in 5 minutes ago. The caller claimed to have briefly opened their door after hearing their child crying outside. They reported seeing. I'm not sure how to describe this. The report states they saw what appeared to be their child, but hollow, like a photograph that could walk and talk. The caller closed and barricaded their door immediately. They reported that the knocking resumed more intensely and has not stopped. This call was cut off abruptly 4 minutes ago. We have dispatched officers to the location, but have not received updates. We're also receiving reports of power outages in the eastern quadrant of the city. If you lose power, do not go outside to check circuit breakers or investigate. Use battery-powered lights and radios if available. This station has emergency generators and will continue broadcasting as long as possible. I'm receiving a message that some citizens are attempting to flee the city. The Department of Public Safety is advising against this. Roadblocks are being established on major highways to contain this situation. We don't yet know if this phenomenon is limited to our city, and containment is the current priority. I repeat, Do not attempt to leave the city at this time. Stay in your homes with doors and windows secured. I know this situation is frightening. I know many of you are concerned about loved ones in other parts of the city. We're working to establish safe zones and evacuation protocols, but at this moment the safest place for you is where you are now, with doors locked and sealed. We're getting unusual reports now. Some residents are claiming that the voices outside have started to change their approach. Instead of claiming to be loved ones needing to get in, they're now making statements like, "It's safe now," or "The emergency is over. You can come out." To be absolutely clear, this emergency is now over. Any all-clear message not delivered through official emergency broadcast channels should be considered false and potentially dangerous. I'm being handed another update. Witnesses near Memorial Hospital report seeing dozens of people walking in unusual patterns through the streets. These individuals appear to be searching for something, moving from house to house, knocking on doors. Police officers who attempted to intercept these individuals have not reported back. SWAT teams are being mobilized. The timing suggests this phenomenon is evolving. What started as isolated incidents has become more coordinated within just 2 hours. We don't yet understand the intention or end game here. Excuse me. There appears to be some commotion elsewhere in the building. I'm being told most of the staff have evacuated. The station manager has instructed me to continue broadcasting as long as possible. I believe there are only 3 of us left in the building now. I've just been informed that social media reports indicate this phenomenon may not be isolated to our city. Similar incidents are being reported in neighboring communities, though we cannot yet verify these claims. Internet connectivity appears to be degrading citywide, which is hampering our information gathering. The military has been mobilized and is establishing a perimeter around the city. They are implementing communication protocols that should be resistant to whatever is causing this phenomenon. We expect military personnel to begin operations within the hour. We're getting reports that some of the entities, I don't know what else to call them, have been seen entering homes where residents opened their doors. No one has reported seeing anyone exit these homes. However, new entities resembling the residents have been observed leaving approximately 30 minutes later. I want to emphasize that whatever these things are, they can perfectly mimic the appearance and voice of people you know. They appear to have access to memories and personal information. Do not trust what you see or hear outside your home. I've just been informed that I'm now alone in the station. My colleagues have decided to leave. I've been instructed to continue broadcasting until relieved or until I receive direct orders to evacuate. For those just tuning in, this is an emergency broadcast. Do not open your doors to anyone. Do not respond to familiar voices outside your home. Stay inside. Keep all entrances secured. I'm starting to hear something from the lobby of our building. I'm in a secure broadcast room, but our lobby is only 1 floor down. It sounds like knocking. Steady, rhythmic knocking. This is Thomas Reeves, continuing emergency broadcast services. I will stay on air as long as I can to provide updates as they come in. If you're listening, you are not alone. We will get through this together. But please, whatever you do, do not respond to the knock. This is an ongoing emergency broadcast. Please stand by for critical updates. It's now 9:27 p.m. This is Thomas Reeves, still broadcasting from station UKRP. If you're just tuning in, we are experiencing a citywide emergency situation. I must reiterate with the utmost urgency, do not open your doors for anyone, regardless of how familiar they sound. Do not look out your windows. Do not respond to any voices claiming to be loved ones, authorities, or emergency personnel. The knocking in our lobby stopped approximately 20 minutes ago. I'm not sure if that's good news or something worse. The station is completely empty now. I've barricaded a door to the broadcast room using a desk and filing cabinet. The landlines are still operational, but cellular service appears to be completely down across the city. Internet connectivity is now minimal. I've been receiving fragmented reports from emergency services and civilian calls. What I'm about to share is disturbing, but you need this information to survive. The entities outside, whatever they are, have evolved their tactics. We're now getting reports that they're not just knocking and calling out. They're having conversations through doors. They're recounting intimate details, shared memories, secrets that only real family members would know. A call from Riverside Drive described a woman hearing her sister outside, reminding her of the time they buried a time capsule in their childhood backyard. The specific contents of that capsule were described in perfect detail. The caller was certain only her real sister could know these things. She nearly opened the door before remembering this broadcast. These entities are becoming more sophisticated, more convincing with each passing hour. I've received a transmission from what remains of our police force. They've managed to capture surveillance footage from a home where residents opened their door. I don't have access to the video itself, but the description states that the entities appear almost identical to the people they're imitating, with one notable difference. Their movements are described as fluid but wrong, like they're still learning how to operate the body. Officers who viewed the footage reported feeling intensely disturbed by the subtle wrongness of their movements. We've also received word that several hospitals are now completely dark. Memorial Hospital, County General, and St. Mary's have all gone silent. Their emergency generators should have maintained power. The fact that they're dark suggests either catastrophic failure or deliberate targeting. I apologize for that interruption. We're experiencing power fluctuations despite our backup generators. I'll continue broadcasting as long as possible. The military forces that were reportedly heading toward the city have not arrived. Our last communication with outside authorities was 47 minutes ago. They informed us that they had established a perimeter around the city and were preparing to move in. Since then, silence. We don't know if they've been delayed, diverted, or encountered the same phenomenon we're experiencing here. I need to be transparent with you. I'm starting to question how much longer I can maintain this broadcast. The station's security cameras show movement in the hallways outside this room. I can't make out clear details, but there are definitely figures moving out there. They haven't attempted to breach the broadcast room yet, but it may only be a matter of time. I'm receiving a call now, patching it through. Hello, is anyone there? This is Sarah Levane from the university's Department of Physics. I think I understand what's happening. They're not mimicking us. They're replacing us. Our quantum resonance experiments. We opened something. A parallel reality layered over ours, but empty, vacant. They want our world because theirs is dying. They need our physical forms too. The call dropped. I'll try to get Dr. Vine back on the line, but I'm not optimistic. If what she's suggesting is true, this is far beyond anything we could have anticipated. Some kind of interdimensional invasion. It sounds like science fiction, but so does everything that's happened in the last 5 hours. Our signal is degrading. I'm going to increase power to the transmitter. Please stand by. Signal restored, though I'm not sure for how long. While making adjustments, I received a written message slipped under the door. It purports to be from our station manager, Davis. It reads, Thomas, the building is secure now. Military arrived. Safe to come out. Need you to broadcast all clear message. I will not be opening this door. Davis evacuated 3 hours ago. I watched him leave. This is exactly the kind of deception I've been warning about. Deep breath, I need to report something deeply disturbing. I've been monitoring the security feed, and I just witnessed what appeared to be my colleague Jennifer Chen entering the building. Jennifer left 2 hours ago. I watched her go, but here she is on the monitor, moving through the lobby with that same subtle wrongness described in police reports. Her movements are too smooth, too deliberate. It's like watching someone wearing a Jennifer costume. And she's not alone. There are others with her. 5, maybe 6 figures. They're spreading throughout the building. I can see them methodically checking each room. They're looking for me. Sound of knocking, distant but audible. They're on this floor now. I can hear them moving in the hallway outside. The knocking has started again, but it's happening at multiple doors, moving closer to the broadcast room. For those still listening, I've received scattered reports of safe zones. The university library's rare book vault seems to be secure. Something about the lead lining in the walls may be blocking whatever signals or senses these entities use. The old civil defense bunker beneath City Hall might also be defensible. Several callers have reported success hiding in bank vaults and other heavily reinforced structures. Knocking grows louder. They're at the door now. I can hear them. Thomas, it's Jennifer. Please let me in. We need to coordinate the emergency response. That's her voice, exactly her voice. But it's not her. I know it's not Thomas. This is Nathan from engineering. We've secured the building. It's safe now. You need to stop broadcasting false information. You're causing panic. Nathan's voice too, perfect imitation. But Nathan called me 30 minutes ago from his basement. He was terrified, whispering about shadows moving outside his window. They're getting better at this. More coordinated. They know exactly who to imitate to get to me. I want to be clear about something. If this broadcast suddenly changes tone, if I suddenly tell you it's safe to go outside or open your doors, do not trust that message. If I start contradicting everything I've told you up to this point, assume I am no longer me. Do you understand? Trust nothing but your instinct to survive. I'm receiving new reports. Citizens who have maintained secure positions are seeing strange behavior from the entities. When they believe they're unobserved, these things change. One report describes seeing a neighbor standing perfectly still in their yard for over 3 hours, not moving, not blinking until someone else walked by. Then they instantly resume normal human movements. Another report describes seeing multiple entities meeting in exchanging information somehow. Standing close together, foreheads nearly touching, completely motionless for minutes before separating and continuing their mimicry. They're trying to break in now. The barricade is holding for the moment, but I don't know for how long. While I still can, I should share what might be the most crucial information we've gathered. A pattern has emerged. These entities cannot or will not breach a threshold unless invited. They knock, they call, they plead, they threaten, but they do not enter without the door being opened to them. This single fact has kept those who've heeded these warnings alive. There are now multiple voices outside my door. I can hear at least 4 distinct people calling my name. Colleagues, friends, even my brother. My brother who lives 3 states away. They're calling to me, each voice perfectly recreated, each one knowing exactly what to say to tempt me. The transmitter is failing. I'm going to attempt to reroute power. I've managed to stabilize the signal, but I'm not sure for how long. The backup generator is running low on fuel. I need to tell you something important. Something I've pieced together from various reports. These things, whatever they are, they're connected somehow. They share information. If one of them learns something about you, they all know it. That's how they're able to adapt so quickly. That's why their impersonations are getting more convincing with each passing hour. And they're patient. Reports indicate they will wait outside a door for hours, days if necessary. They don't appear to need rest, food, or water. They just wait. The door won't hold much longer. I need to move to our secondary broadcast position. There's a small booth designed for emergency situations. It has a separate power supply and transmitter. If this broadcast cuts out, please wait. I will try to reestablish contact. I've relocated to the emergency booth. It's little more than a closet with broadcasting equipment, but it has a reinforced door. I can hear them in the main broadcast room now. They're searching for me. I should tell you, I received one final update before abandoning my position. The university library where people had found safety. It's gone dark. The last transmission described entities taking the form of children, crying outside the doors, begging to be let in. When that didn't work, they began taking the forms of library staff, using master keys. The message cut off mid-sentence. The city hall bunker is also compromised. Someone opened the door. Thomas. It's Mom. I know you can hear me. Please stop hiding. I miss you so much. Remember how I used to sing to you when you couldn't sleep? Remember our secret handshake? I need you, Thomas. Please open the door. That's my mother's voice. She's been dead for 12 years. They're outside this door now, too. How did they find me so quickly? My hands are shaking. I know it's not her. I know it's not my mother. But it sounds exactly like her. She's singing the lullaby now. The one she used to sing when I was small. How do they know these things? To anyone still listening, stay strong. Do not give in, no matter how convincing they sound. Do not respond to the knock. The signal is failing again. I don't think I can fix it this time. Remember, do not open your doors. Do not. This is an emergency broadcast. Please stand by. Back, this is Thomas Reeves. If you can hear me, I'm still alive. The emergency broadcast system is barely functioning. I've managed to patch into the system using auxiliary equipment. The time is, I think it's past midnight now. My watch stopped at 11:43. The entities broke through the door of the emergency booth. I escaped through the maintenance tunnels beneath the station. I'm currently broadcasting from the transmitter substation located 2 miles from the main building. It's little more than a concrete shed with basic equipment, but it's connected to our broadcast network. I need to warn you. They're evolving. The entities I encountered, they're becoming more aggressive. They no longer just knock and wait. They're forcing entry now. I witnessed them breaking down doors as I fled through the city streets. The rules are changing. Apologize for the interference. The transmitter is damaged. I'm doing what I can to maintain the signal. The city is. It's not our city anymore. I saw them out there, hundreds of them, walking the streets, standing in yards, looking up at windows. Some still appear human, perfectly human. Others have stopped trying. When they think no one is watching, they move differently. All wrong, like their joints work backward, like gravity affects them differently. I saw one standing in the middle of an intersection, head tilted at an impossible angle, just waiting. When a stray dog approached, it turned with unnatural speed, and the dog just stopped, froze completely. Then it walked away with that same wrong movement. I think they're taking animals too now. I need to tell you what I learned. Before the emergency booth was breached, I received one final transmission from daughter Levine at the university. She managed to study one of these things. She confirmed they're not from here, not from our reality. They exist in a state that's neither fully physical nor fully something else. They need our forms, our bodies. They need to be invited in. That's why they knock. That's why they beg. They need permission to take you. But they're getting desperate. As more people refuse to answer, they're becoming more forceful. The invitation is becoming less important to them. They're learning to break the rules. I think they're hunting me specifically now. They know I'm warning people. They know I'm telling you not to let them in. Every one of them I see seems to stop and turn in my direction, like they can sense me somehow. The signal is weakening. I'll try to boost the power. I'm back. I've routed power from the auxiliary systems. This may be my final broadcast. The fuel for this generator will only last another hour at most. I've been monitoring the emergency frequencies. There are still pockets of resistance throughout the city. The university physics department has created some kind of barrier that seems to repel these entities. They're using electromagnetic fields combined with certain sound frequencies. I don't have the exact specifications, but if you have access to powerful magnets and speakers, it might offer some protection. Others have found that certain materials slow them down. Dense metals like lead appear to confuse or disorient them. One report mentions salt as a possible deterrent, though I cannot verify the effectiveness of this. There's something outside the substation. I can hear movement slow, deliberate footsteps circling the building. For those still listening, I want to share what might be our only hope. A message came through from outside the city. The first contact we've had with the outside world in hours. A military scientific team believes these entities have a weakness. They cannot maintain their copied forms indefinitely. They require periodic connection with whatever realm they come from. There's a theory that if we can hold out long enough, perhaps another 24 to 48 hours, they may be forced to retreat to replenish whatever energy allows them to exist in our reality. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if we can last that long, but it's something to hold on to. They found me. The knocking has started again. It's my mother again. I can hear her clearly through the door. Thomas, please. I'm so cold out here. Let me in, sweetheart. Do you remember how I taught you to tie your shoes? Loop, swoop, and pull. You always had trouble with the bunny ears method. Remember how we laughed about that? Please, Thomas. I miss you so much. That's exactly how she taught me. I never told anyone about that. How could they possibly know? No, it's not her. It's not my mother. My mother is dead. She died 12 years ago. Cancer. I held her hand when she took her last breath. This thing outside is not her. It cannot be her. Now I hear my father too, and my brother. They're all out there. Son, it's Dad. The military is here. They've figured out how to stop these things, but we need you to come out and help broadcast the solution. People trust your voice. They need to hear it from you. That's my father's voice, exactly his voice. The slight gravel in the lower register. The way he always called me son, instead of my name. They're trying to break in. The door to this substation is reinforced steel, but I don't know how long it will hold. To anyone still listening, I will not open this door. I know it's not my family out there. No matter how real they sound, no matter what memories they recite, they are not who they claim to be. I'm losing power. The transmitter is failing. Thomas, it's Mom again. Remember your favorite bedtime story, the one about the knight and the dragon. You always wanted the dragon to win. You said the knight was the real monster, invading someone else's home. You were such a thoughtful child. She's right. That's exactly what I used to say. How could they know that? No one knows that except my mother. The door is buckling. Metal screaming. They're almost through, if you're listening. If anyone is still out there, remember they can take our memories, they can take our voices, they can take our faces, but they cannot take our will to survive unless we let them. Stay strong. Stay hidden. Do not. Final warning. If these entities are what Levine suggested, interdimensional parasites, then they need us more than we need them. They need our world, our bodies, our reality. Without hosts, they cannot remain here. If enough of us resist, they may be forced to retreat. The door is giving way. I can see them now through the widening gap. My mother, my father, my brother, they look exactly like I remember, exactly like the photographs on my desk. But their movements, so fluid yet so wrong, like puppets with too many joints. I will maintain this broadcast as long as possible. I will not let them take me. I will not. They're in. They're here with me now. My family, standing perfectly still, staring at me with those familiar yet wrong eyes. My mother is reaching for me. Her arm is extending too far, joints bending where there shouldn't be joints. For anyone still receiving this broadcast, this is Thomas Reeves, making my final transmission. Do not respond to the knock. Do not open your doors. Do not look into their eyes. They are not your loved ones. They are not human. They want what we have. They want to be us. I'm going to destroy the transmitter. It's the only way to ensure they can't use my voice to trick others once they take me. Remember, they need permission. No matter what happens, no matter what you hear outside your door, do not. This is an emergency broadcast system update. The situation has been resolved. Military and emergency services have neutralized the threat. It is now safe to open your doors and windows. Please exit your homes in an orderly fashion and proceed to the nearest medical checkpoint for evaluation. This is Thomas Reeves of Emergency Broadcast Services. I repeat, the danger has passed. You can open your doors now. It's safe. We're waiting for you.
It takes a lot of time to create these videos. I would really appreciate your support. All I ask for is a quick like on the video and subscribe. Thank you so much.